Hi, welcome to Pretty and Blunt. My name's Megan if you're new here, and if you're not, welcome back. In today's episode, I am breaking down the traits and characteristics of a woman in her masculine, wounded, and feminine energy. This is going to be from a more traditional standpoint, so if that is not a part of your belief system, I welcome you to listen. I believe that gender is fluid, and that's why you see a woman in her masculine and a man in his feminine. So there's no argument that I'm making like that today, but I do want to say that if you are a woman who finds herself unhappy, overgiving, not in tune with her intuition, having a hard time attracting things, then this episode may really resonate with you and help you to tap into that inner feminine radiance. By the end of today's episode, you are going to be looking at every relationship dynamic in your life much differently. So with that being said, let's get into it. Alright, we're going to start with the feminine in her masculine. This is the woman who is the breadwinner, has her own business, provides, makes the money. She's independent and takes the lead in her life. In a relationship dynamic, she is the one who chases, pursues the man, reaches out to him first, arranges the dates and plans, does not allow him to pay for the dates, and is always driving and picking him up. She is very demanding, controlling, and obsessed with dominating her man. She will also act in a mothering way where she feels like she has to make him a better man or do things for him to help him step up. She does not prioritize herself and overgives to others, has issues receiving pleasure or help, and feels guilty doing stuff to fulfill herself.
That afternoon, during her lunch break, Miranda took Steve shopping.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
What do you think?
I think it's kind of frightening how good I look.
It's a beautiful suit. I think we should take it. Could you do a cuff with a nice little break?
Will these be the shoes?
I think we should take the shoes. Don't you think we should take the shoes?
I guess we're taking the shoes. Jesus. $1,800. I guess I better not spill anything.
Don't worry. It's my treat.
What?
I invited you to this thing. I want to pay for the suit.
No way. You're not buying me a suit.
But I wanted to do this for you.
Then I'd start to think of you like my mother, and that could get a little weird for me.
Sorry, sir, it was declined. Would you like to try another one?
Why don't you try one of mine?
No. All right, how about this? Let's try $800 on the card. I'll write you a check for $1,000, and I'll give you the rest in cash.
Steve, forget it. It's too expensive.
Now, would you just let me buy the fucking suit?
And after your laser surgery on Saturday, you'll need a significant other or a friend to help get you home. Sign here.
While for some women the idea of rescue was a life raft, for Miranda it was an insult.
I really don't need anybody to help me. I'll be fine.
No, you will be sedated and your vision will be blurred. You will need someone to get you home and up to bed.
For me, Miranda Hobbs from Sex and the City is the perfect example of a feminine in her masculine. She thrives off being independent. She doesn't like asking for help. She works in a male-dominated industry as a lawyer. She even worked her way up into becoming a partner in her firm. And of course, she was attracting men who were more in their feminine energy. Although I appreciate Steve in that clip for trying to remain in his masculine by paying for his suit, because by her paying, it imbalances the polarity in that relationship and in a way demasculates Steve, because she is now the one wearing the pants in the relationship. She's the one who's in her giving energy. He's in his receiving. And in that clip, he also mentions how if she paid for his suit, it would make him feel like she was his mother, mothering him, dominating him, controlling him, and no man wants that. They want to feel large and in charge. And in the show, that problem never really went away. Their economic status really created a lot of tension for them in their relationship, and they ended up breaking up because of it. A woman in her masculine energy uses her logic over her intuition. This manifests into her being stuck in her mind, constantly questioning things, making assumptions, and overthinking. When a woman is not in her body and more in her head, it can cause her to be on edge, stressed out, and act irrationally based on the fears she's making up in her head.
Why are you still single?
Why are you still single?
No, don't do that. Don't be cute. I hate when guys act all cute. Blah. What?
Waiting for an apology.
Okay, I'm a bitch. I'm sorry, but you should know I get a tad bitchy from time to time.
Okay.
And I'm sure you have your bad traits.
Yep.
And they would be?
Alphabetically?
Yeah, whatever you got. I mean, it's all gonna come out eventually, so I'd like to know now, and that way I can decide if I'd like to deal with it or not.
Oh, this is the strangest 2 blocks I ever walked.
Well, again, I'm sorry, but this relationship cannot just sail on like it is. Perfect. Because frankly, I can't take the pressure.
Okay, I'm gonna kiss you now.
Seriously, what the hell is wrong with you that you're not married? Tell me.
Can't you just relax and go with the flow?
Go with the flow? No, I can't do that. It's so 70s.
That clip was from Sex and the City. We have Carrie, who's in her masculine energy, where she is overthinking, critical, aggressive, controlling, in her head, anxious. She attracts a feminine man being in that energy. Aiden, where he has his heart open, going with the flow in his body, and he's being sensual. A woman in her masculine energy is going to lead with her sexual desires. She chooses a man with her eyes instead of the actions he shows her. Because of this, she's completely disconnected from her body and will give away her sexual energy before commitment, engages in numerous casual hookups, and will even give away her body when she doesn't feel safe.
So why don't you want to sleep with me? I mean, whatever it is, I'd rather know sooner than later.
I do want to sleep with you. I do. Look at you. But I've been down that road before. I've slept with women quickly, and I'm still single. So my new thing is, I just want to try to sleep with somebody I care about. I really think that I could care about you. And it's only been a week and a half. Don't people date anymore?
Why did I expect to sleep with him after only a week and a half? Had I become so jaded that I didn't even recognize romance when it kissed me on the lips? Maybe modern women need a cheat sheet to remind us romance isn't dead.
A woman in her masculine energy never stops working. She feels the need to be productive, which in turn causes her to feel drained, exhausted, negative, unsafe, and she always finds herself unhappy. She is addicted to working because that's the only way she feels value and success. A feminine in her masculine will lead with her intelligence, knowledge, and her accomplishments. You should choose me because I have all of this money and success.
I want to talk about your past patterns in a relationship. I think the way I show up when I'm dating, I think I have to stop leading with my career. Yeah, your stuff. I think sometimes guys would probably want me to be more needy, and I'm not. I think that's a thing. I want you to be you. It's all about authenticity. It's being your most authentic self. I left home when I was 17 years old. Yeah. So I've been taking care of myself for a long time. Mm-hmm. The opportunities that I'm getting, I have to take because that's the privilege. That's the privilege that my mom brought me to this country for. And so I have to take it. I have to do well. So it's always been, I take care of me. I take care of myself. Mm-hmm. Letting someone completely have my back is me relinquishing my power. I'm always like, I got it. I can do it. And I think it's because I don't trust somebody will truly have my back.
She makes poor health decisions. She plays hard to get and does not allow men to see her vulnerable side. It's very hard for her to find appreciation. She does not think she's creative.
Faced with relationship problems, some women turn to fried food. Miranda decided to turn to Manhattan's latest fitness craze, the goddess workout.
All right, ladies, open up your chakras. Let the inner goddess sing. She's in there. All you have to do is let her out.
This is gonna help you be a woman.
I'm gonna find my inner goddess if it kills me.
And hop your hip. Hop your hip. Open yourself like a lotus flower. Come on, pop your hip. Pop your hip.
You see? My hips don't pop. I'm a guy.
I'm never gonna be a girly girl. I never will. I'm never gonna be a lotus flower.
And may I just say thank God?
A girly girl would want her boyfriend to move in.
Yeah, she also wears makeup to the gym.
And makes little hearts above her eyes. I do love him. I do.
I know, sweetie.
So what's my problem?
I think in any relationship, one person's the alpha dog, the one that's in charge. That's you. You don't want to share your water dish.
But I'm very free with the chew toys.
That you are.
A woman in her masculine is always ready to fight. She's very aggressive. She's very protective. She says things like, "Don't mess with me. Don't look at me. I'll beat you up." And of course, she loves arguing with others and her partner.
Fought his mom and his sister?
Yeah, I fought his mother, I fought his sister, but I fought his mother because his mother was throwing shit at me, getting in his face, disrespecting him, disrespecting me, to the point where, like, I couldn't, like, do nothing but to fight her. I like little people, they funny.
Why is not?
I feel like...
You think I'm funny? I was with a little person before.
Who?
No, not like that.
Who?
Not like that.
Was it a girl or a guy?
What? What kind of question was that? Stop playing with me, bro.
So it was a girl?
I'm trying to relate to bro.
Why are you relating?
I told you I took self-defense classes.
Bro, what are you relating for?
I told you I took self-defense.
Yo, back the fuck up! Back the fuck up!
Can I buy you a drink?
That is crazy. What?
Can I buy you a drink?
Can you stop playing with my dick? Like,
You ain't like my walk?
can you be for real?
I'm not funny
That's
and goofy.
not you.
I'm not goofy.
That's not you. Playing with my dick in front of everybody, that's not you.
playing with you.
What are you talking about?
There's
It's people with cameras.
It's nobody in
It's
here.
niggas sitting over there in the corner. And you fake playing with my dick. What are you talking about? And you getting me lit for what?
Because we need
The
this.
fuck?
Take a shot.
You're being weird,
We
nigga.
need this. Take a shot.
If a woman is really in her masculine energy, it will start to reflect on her outer appearance. She will not care about the way she looks, as opposed to looking pretty or wearing dresses and heels, wears more of a masculine wardrobe, hides her silhouette, sweatpants, and big hoodies due to an insecurity of not embracing her beauty, and she's constantly complaining and making excuses for why she can't do normal self-care rituals and feminine hobbies like getting your hair done, shopping, dressing up, getting your nails, lashes done, doing your makeup. And those are the girls who say, "I could never wear that much makeup. I could never wear heels. I could never." Like, yeah, bitch, you could never. We get it. You're a man.
Okay, well, that's you. But on the other hand, me? Oh, I'm gonna turn up.
Women are more stressed now than ever before. We are out here working hard, making money, taking leadership, and guess what's being produced? Testosterone, which we all need, but men need 10 times more. Testosterone is also produced when a woman is doing work that is non-nurturing or non-creative. If you are always stressed out and trying to control everything, you cannot be fully in tune with your body and your emotional needs. So you will have a block on being able to receive, to let go, or surrender. When you have this block on being open to receiving, you will constantly overgive and give to please, which will in turn attract a feminine man towards you. He would love that. He wants to be taken care of. He wants to be provided for. But if your true nature is to be a divine feminine, you will resent him. When you're in a state of constantly giving and neglecting your own needs, it can be extremely hard to come back to your dependent side, which is the estrogen hormone. Stop reinforcing that you can do it all, that you have money in your bank account, that you have your own car, that you have your own business. Because a man will fall in love by leading, by doing. He falls in love with the happy, fulfilled, gracious women. Do not give wifey package at girlfriend level. You are the damsel in distress that needs a masculine man to save the day.
You fantasize a man with a Park Avenue apartment and a nice big stock portfolio. For me, it's a fireman with a nice big hose. And why are firemen always so fucking cute? Even when they're not that cute, they're still cute. What's up with that?
Well, first, there's a weight limit. And second, it's the hero thing. You know, you see him up on that truck,
That truck is hot.
hurrying off to save someone trapped on a burning ledge or something.
Plus, they've got that I'm a good guy look in their eyes.
It's that look.
It's because women really just want to be rescued. There it was. The sentence independent single women in their 30s are never supposed to think, let alone say out loud.
I'm sorry, but it's true. I've been dating since I was 15. I'm exhausted. Where is he? Who? The White Knight?
That only happens in fairy tales.
My hair hurts. Charlotte, honey, did you ever think that maybe we're the White Knights and we're the ones that have to save ourselves?
That is so depressing.
Is it?
Later that day, I got to thinking about fairy tales. What if Prince Charming had never showed up? Would Snow White have slept in that glass coffin forever? Or would she have eventually woken up, spit out the apple, gotten a job, a health care package, and a baby from her local neighborhood sperm bank? I couldn't help but wonder, inside every confident, driven, single woman, is there a delicate, fragile princess just waiting to be saved? Was Charlotte right?
Next, we are discussing the traits and characteristics of a feminine in her wounded energy. This is the girl who is never happy, does not know how to regulate her emotions, is in her victim mentality, and always projecting her hurts, insecurities, and feelings onto others. She's always counting on things and people to bring her happiness. She is not connected to her spirit. She lives in fear and has a poverty mindset, and is very mean to others and herself. She is highly judgmental and the first to point out all of the flaws in another person, usually projecting her own insecurities. A feminine in her wounded energy may shame others because she has been shamed. Shaming others for expressing their self-care or sexual and sensual energy is because she's suppressing her own and is quick to shame another woman who is empowered by hers. She will not feel safe to embody this side of her and sees it as weak, wrong, or sinful.
I'm telling you, we almost broke the bed.
You can't break a bed.
What does this stallion do for a living?
I'm not sure.
Hey, does he go to Mickey Mantle's?
You got me.
How can you not know anything about him? You slept with him.
I fucked him. He made me come 6 times. It's good enough for me.
Stop it. Why do you always have to talk about sex like that?
Because I can.
Okay, girls, simmer down. Mommy hasn't had her caffeine yet.
I can't take this anymore.
Oh, hey, frittatas.
Sex is something special that's supposed to happen between two people who love each other.
Or 2 people who love sex.
Oh, my God, you're such a...
What? What am I, Charlotte?
When are you going to learn that you can't just sleep with everything that comes along?
Hey, Mrs. Softy, at least I'm getting laid. And you can forget Samba. That girl needs a stick out of her ass and a dick in her coochie pronto. Am I right?
The woman in her wounded energy does not see her worth or her value. She's too focused on the things she doesn't like about herself, such as her weight, her body, her features, or even her social status or financial status. And as a result, she may have a hard time accepting compliments or being intimate. Being insecure stems from energetic wounding. Maybe you loved yourself until someone came along with their own insecurities and projected them onto you. Maybe they fat shamed you, body shamed you, pointed out a feature on your face that you didn't have an issue with until they pointed it out. And now you've internalized it, you're sitting at home scrolling through social media, comparing yourself to all the beautiful people online who we're not even supposed to know exist. And then you take a cute pic, you post it on Instagram, you get 15 likes, you start freaking out thinking you're ugly, and now you've based your entire self-worth on numbers, views, people and their opinions. I want to talk about Khloe Kardashian because for me, she is the poster girl for the feminine in her wounded energy. On the show, we can see from day one the energetic wounding that she was put through, from constantly being compared to her sisters, being called the fat, ugly sister, everyone accusing her of being OJ's daughter, and of course being cheated on by Lamar and Tristan.
I'll get shot for bringing this up, but don't you think you'd lose a few pounds?
What?
Don't you think you should lose a few pounds?
I don't think she should lose anything. She's perfect the way she is.
No, I'm just saying. Do you think so?
I have have a rock hard body. I'm just a bigger individual.
No, you are a bigger individual, but you could lose a few pounds. I mean, it's not major. Chloe, don't walk away. That's what you're avoiding it. That's why you're running around wearing black.
I was wearing black because I was depressed.
Do I look fat? Let me see. Just like 20 pounds overweight.
Don't talk to me right now. Stop. Stop. Don't talk to me right now.
No crying. I'll clean it up.
It's not about the kitchen, Lamar.
It is about the
No,
kitchen.
it's not. It's about that I'm so fat. I'm so tired of trying to pretend that I'm happy with my weight just to be a good role model when I'm so disgusting.
Looks sexy. I don't think I want to do it anymore.
Very funny. Drop the rub.
No, I really don't think I'm
Come
comfortable.
on, Chloe. Come on.
No, now that I'm here.
You got everyone's here. You're ready. You look gorgeous. You're beautiful.
Troy, who you're really comfortable with. No, I'm like a fat. I don't want to be like nude on camera and like everyone be like, oh, Kim Kardashian's fat, funny sister. No, I don't feel comfortable doing that. Chloe.
I was saying you during the commercial before that you don't look like the sisters. They look alike. Are you sure you have the same parents? I mean, you're all cute in different ways. You look more like Kim.
Yes.
Yeah, than you do.
She looks like
What
me.
does that mean?
Kim looks like you, yeah.
What does that mean for me? I look
For
like
you,
the dog?
Yeah, no, you're pretty, but you look different pretty.
Let me tell you something. Last year on my birthday, I lied to everyone because I had to lie and say I was with my husband when in fact my husband was missing with another girl, okay?
There's a video of Tristan making out with a girl last night. I know. Chloe's gonna die.
Well, interestingly enough, I was so confident and secure before the show, and then I wasn't hard on myself until, I mean, all the Perez Hiltons and all those blogs of the time. That's when, all that narrative of fugly or all these crazy things that I wasn't even aware of about myself. I think that's when I started to become hard on myself because I was like, oh, this is how other people perceive me. But my whole life, I never looked at myself like that. I was always in bodycon dresses, and I was like, oh, if Kim has it, I'm going to get one too. And I would wiggle into the same size, and I most definitely wasn't her size. But at the time, I didn't know how much bigger I was. I became insecure because of everyone else telling me.
So, after years of being fat shamed compared to her other sisters, not feeling comfortable within her own skin, and by being cheated on by both men she was deeply in love with, obviously Khloe Kardashian's going to have insecurities. This is why she's the skinniest she's ever been. She's gotten a nose job, a BBL, heavily edits her Instagram photos. Whenever she is going through something heavy, she tends to shut down and isolate from everyone. She has a very hard time expressing and regulating her emotions, has a fear of vulnerability, and this is probably because she's expressed herself in the past and didn't feel seen or heard. And again, because of these insecurities, she allowed Lamar and Tristan to walk all over her, cheat on her, do drugs behind her back, whatever the case may be.
That is never leaving. Kanye's never leaving. Looks like you're never leaving.
More like you're never leaving me.
Oh, okay.
The feminine in her wounded energy is very envious and easily threatened by other women who are more beautiful, radiant, younger, or attract more men. She is focused on manipulation, has trust issues, no empathy, focused on male validation and seducing men. She will compete with her friends, other women. She is not lighthearted or playful and doesn't have a good sense of humor. Takes everything to heart, is energized by drama. She is constantly gossiping about others. She is very resistant to grow, probably the same person she was at 12 that she is at 35, because she doesn't see anything wrong with her actions and mindset.
Waking up today, I'm not okay. I think automatically, if Ron's going out somewhere, he's doing something to hurt me, like lying and cheating again.
Sleeping?
I make myself believe it's happening, and I make myself go crazy.
What's going on?
You tell me what's going on. Please tell me the truth.
About what?
Look me in the face, and all skeletons lay out right now. Because I know.
What do you know?
Everything.
What is everything? What do you know?
Tell me right now. Tell me.
Tell me what you know. I'm not doing this with you.
Tell me.
Talk.
You're 23 years old. Be a woman.
I don't like JWoww. I'm not a fan of Snooki. Who knows who this new girl is? It was like me against the 3 trash bags in the house. That's how I felt like. The girl knows I don't like her, so why are you gonna come near me? Jenny, is there something not right up here? Don't come an inch to me. I don't look at you. I don't talk to you for a reason. I don't like you, and it's sickening to me to even look at you.
Samantha, what's going on?
He's just stupid. His ex-girlfriend's Asian. So he goes, it's okay, you look Asian, I love it.
That's annoying. You don't look Asian.
I've gotten called Asian, like I get it, but you just don't say, oh, that's okay, I like you look Asian when your ex-girlfriend's Asian. Like, go be with your ex-girlfriend then. You just don't do that, right? What do you think?
It's probably just joking.
I really wanted to tell Sam, stop being stupid, but, we just started to be friends again, so I don't want to, piss her off. But I was just like, stop being stupid. You stumpy bitch.
You're a stumpy bastard, too.
Do you really just call me a stumpy
Listen,
bastard?
what's your Flintstone big
All right,
toe,
really?
all right?
Then don't fucking do it.
What's your doorstop big toe, honestly?
Thanks.
We were joking around on the cab ride from Headliners, and I was like, well, I'll step on your big Fred Flintstone toe. And she just did a complete 180 on me. Oh, now you got all serious on me? Sit up here.
I was fuming. I was so pissed. Honestly, I didn't appreciate that at all.
The feminine in her wounded energy is in her fight or flight mode. This begins in your amygdala, the part of your brain responsible for perceived fear. When you are in a constant state of being so afraid to be hurt, rejected, wounded, neglected, disregarded, ignored, etc., it can result into fight or flight mode. This is where you lack communication skills, it's hard for you to fall in love, you have an inability to relax, femininity feels uncomfortable, you may have trouble sleeping, you are hypervigilant to seeking negativity in your life, you make poor choices in your food and in your health, you repel the people that you love the most away from you, you lack proper discernment for situations, experiences, and decisions, you don't feel like you have a positive dating experience. Healthy masculinity seems very scary and unfamiliar.
I think it'll be therapeutic for you to deal. You haven't wanted to deal, and you're in denial of your relationship. You're in denial this is happening. You're in denial that someone committed to doing this with you, and then
Also committed to somebody else.
Anybody else been talking to Chloe?
Off and on.
How do you think she feels? I'm really worried about her because I feel
She's
like
very
she's
good at shutting off.
It's probably just hard for her to talk about. Clearly,
can only imagine.
Chloe sometimes has her head in the sand a bit. I haven't really heard her talk about anything. She won't let anybody do anything for her.
What you saying, Melanie?
It seems like you having to fight for a lot, for everything.
Yeah, everything.
Right? You fight for your career stuff. You got the family stuff back home. You're trying to do for them, but right, and they're looking to you for all this, but then do they really appreciate it or do they not? So you're fighting with that. You're fighting with your dude. Sometimes it's good, and then sometimes it ain't that good. And when it's not that good, you got to flip out, and you can't flip out a little. You flip all the way out. So that's
Not
hard.
too much.
Right? It's a lot of fighting, though, baby girl.
There's not that much, right? I'm chilling.
It looks like it's exhausting. I would be tired.
Let's talk about what causes a woman to be in her wounded energy. The negative emotions and unhealed trauma stems from the circumstances around us, from our childhood, and that's typically where the wounding begins. As a child, you may have experienced unsafe, traumatic, or abusive experiences, emotional, physical, or sexual abuse, or even feelings of being neglected as a child. Our mother is an example of womanhood in our childhood, and if she isn't healed from her traumas and her own wounds, it can then be passed down. Generational curses, generational baggage. If you were raised by a single parent mother who couldn't afford to be in her feminine energy, you may pick up on her own habits. If you were raised in a home without a father figure, you may find yourself with unhealed father wounds, or if you experienced bad relationships in the past where you've been cheated on, or have seen your dad cheat on your mother, obviously it can manifest into you feeling a type of way about men. Whenever you keep having sex without the presence of love, it's stemming from an insecurity and a subconscious thought about pleasing a man. If you are hiding your feminine side, it's a way for you to protect yourself and to be more in control and in power. Get rid of the belief that being open and feminine will cause you to be hurt again, that being vulnerable equals people taking advantage of you, and that you can't trust anyone because you think everyone wants something from you. Lastly, please embrace your flaws. It's so powerful to have a fat pimple on your forehead and walk around like you own that bitch, than to walk around crying about it, being embarrassed about it. Like, embrace it. It's a part of who you are. If someone has something to say about it, it's only because they see a flaw similar within themselves and they're projecting it onto you. Confidence is key.
Velma, have you ever considered that maybe werewolves and ghosts are just distractions to keep you away from what really frightens you? Intimacy with another person. And by intimacy, I mean someone who thinks you're really hot. But I'm more comfortable in the world of logic and facts. And I'm not hot. Me neither. Everybody has flaws, Velma. The object of a healthy relationship is to never let the other person know they're there.
Finally, we are talking about the woman in her feminine energy, also known as the divine feminine. She is the girl who is empowered by her inner radiance. She walks with confidence because she knows herself, knows her worth, loves herself, and operates from her heart center. She does not chase, she attracts. She has a light-hearted aura around her that is very bubbly, radiates beauty, warmth, confidence, and joy. She is slow-moving, carefree, and enjoys the present moment always. She is in a constant state of being. She is never aggressive or rude. In fact, she has true compassion for others. She is open-minded, understanding, and accepting.
Morgan, show her the way, please.
Then, the old hag told me to look into the well and wish for my heart's desire, but I must have looked very far because I fell down, down, down. And then I climbed out of this big round hole and I got very lost until I fell off of the castle, and now here I am with you.
Is this a big habit of yours, falling off stuff?
Well, usually someone catches me. But not to worry. I'm certain that Edward is already searching for me. No doubt by morning he'll come and rescue me from this strange land. Take me home and the two of us can share in true love's kiss.
True love's kiss?
It's the most powerful thing in the world.
Right.
Now, if I could only find a place to rest my head for the night.
What kind of place?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe a nearby meadow or a hollow tree.
Despite the fact that Giselle from Enchanted comes from her fairy tale land where she's only known happiness and positivity, she doesn't allow the old hag who pushes her down the well, ruining her wedding day and forcing her into a rude awakening that is New York City, take away from her inner radiance. She remains happy, bubbly, hopeful, and most importantly, in the present moment. Nothing's affecting her mood. She's like, you know what? My man's coming. Everything is good. Feminine energy attracts. It's present. It is comfortability in just being. Being is fulfillment, connected with purpose, growing and learning, accepting realities. Being is not attached to a goal. Feminine energy is being in the body and not in the head. It's being comfortable with doing nothing all day, drinking wine with your girls, indulging in a creative practice like reading, writing, painting, self-care, working out, anything that allows you, again, to be in the present. The woman in her feminine has passions and creativity that brings her so much joy. She has hobbies that fulfill her soul. Her dreams are big. If she desires something, she will find a way to make it happen. She is overjoyed to live her life by following her ambitions and values. She does not stay at a job that drains her mental health, and she is not a people pleaser. She will not allow others to take advantage of her and her time.
There's nothing I love more than a dumb blonde with daddy's plastic.
Did you see this one? We just got it in yesterday.
Oh, is this low viscosity rayon?
Yes, of course.
With a half loop top stitching on the hem?
Absolutely. It's one of a kind.
It's impossible to use a half loop top stitching on low viscosity rayon. It would snag the fabric. And you didn't just get it in. I saw it in the June Vogue a year ago. So if you're trying to sell it to me for full price, you picked the wrong girl.
Harvard won't be impressed that you aced history of polka dots. What are your backups?
I don't need backups. I'm going to Harvard.
Elle?
Warner? I totally forgot you go here.
What are you talking about? I'm sorry, are you here to see me?
No, silly. I go here.
You go where?
Harvard. Law school.
You got into Harvard Law?
What, like it's hard?
Elle Woods from Legally Blonde had a passion for fashion. She spent most of her life spending her daddy's money, going shopping, hanging out with her sorority sisters, and dating Warren. She embodies the true epitome of what it means to be in your feminine. One day, she decided to become a lawyer because Warren dumped her, and she wanted to prove her worth to him. However, she quickly realized that she had a true love for being a lawyer, and Warren really wasn't all that. The woman in her feminine respects herself and never lowers her standards for anyone. She will never settle for a man that diminishes her because he's too small to accommodate her, and she will not stay with a man who does not see her value. She does not allow men to manipulate, fool, or use her.
Elle, if I'm gonna be a senator, well, I need to marry a Jackie, not a Marilyn.
So you're breaking up with me because I'm too blonde?
Come on, Elle, be serious. You can do something more valuable with your time.
I'm never going to be good enough for you, am I? Oh, Warner, do you remember when we spent those 4 amazing hours in the hot tub after winter formal?
Yeah, no.
This is so much better than that. Excuse me, I have some shopping to do.
I love you.
Oh, Warner, I've waited so long to hear you say that. But if I'm going to be a partner in a law firm by the time I'm 30, I need a boyfriend who's not such a complete bonehead.
I just realized I was calling him Warren and his name is Warner. Just wanted to point that out for whoever noticed, but moving on. The woman in her feminine does not speak negatively of others and does not put up with drama, lies, or low-value behavior. She opens her mouth with wisdom, and on her tongue is the law of kindness. However, she will not tolerate something that hurt her and is willing to express it and communicate.
I do not stand for women tearing women down. That you just feel in the moment. And just please, for me, know that that's not my heart. And my heart is only to release things that I feel that are me and that I'm proud of. And that's all that I'll say.
And I'm not being disrespectful. I do feel I was a victim to certain abuse. And I...
Emotional abuse?
Yes. I won't tolerate ever being treated the way that I have been.
I shouldn't have spoken to them the way that I did, and I shouldn't have treated them the way that I did sometimes.
I think it's safe to say that most of you know a lot of my life, whether I liked it or not. And I had to stop. Because I had everything. And I was absolutely broken inside.
I feel like Selena Gomez's brand is being vulnerable, and if you watched her documentary, she shows a side of her that is very weak, sad, and human. But she understands that those feelings and situations do not define her, and she shows us that we can rise above these negative emotions and feelings, and that it doesn't matter what kind of fame, fortune, success you have in your life, you can still experience these mental issues. Selena Gomez is self-aware but kind to herself after making a mistake. She understands that it's super important to forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for how you acted and treated others, and forgive yourself for how you allowed others to treat you. It is the key to healing, and it's so beautiful to see her go from her wounded into her divine feminine, embracing herself and her flaws, and I just think she is the perfect example of a true divine feminine.
Not a model, never will be. And thanks for supporting me and understanding, and if not, go away, because honestly, I don't believe in shaming people for body or anything.
I'm very happy. I'm so blessed. I have the best friends, the best fans in the whole world, and I just couldn't be happier. I'm good. I love who I am. I don't care. I'm big. I'm not. I don't care. I love who I am.
The woman in her feminine always has a smile. She glows from within and is like a magnet to men and the people in her life. Others are genuinely happy to be in her presence.
You just walk in, a stranger out of nowhere, and for the first time, it all lights up. And I'm sure you know why, too.
Why?
Because you have the gift for life, Rosalind.
I'll get dressed up. Let's have some fun today.
That's a girl. Get going right now. Honey, when you smile, it's like the sun coming up.
She is emotionally intelligent and is never rude or puts herself in a heated situation. If she finds herself in said situation, she just gracefully subtracts herself. She moves with discernment and logic to make the best decisions for the healthiest outcomes. Her maturity gives her stability.
Lisa, you know what it's like to step in it?
Yes, I do.
So I did. And that's what I did.
Where's my apology?
And you're not getting one.
Why not?
Because I don't like you.
Oh, good. This is a mutual thing. Yeah, never. Go yourself.
You get
Oh
yourself.
my God, you guys, come on, we can't talk like that. Don't talk like that to each other.
Shut up. You shut up.
Obviously, Erica is not over her beef with Sutton. I'm out of here.
Yeah, I'm out.
It's so ridiculous.
You're gonna leave?
Yeah, I'm leaving. This is Betty. I mean, it's just too much. I just feel like she's apologizing. Your feelings are hurt. How do we get past this so we can move on? And I just feel like we're being nasty just to be nasty.
I do too.
The woman in her feminine operates from her heart center. This allows her to be open and receptive. She is not afraid to give or accept love. She is open to receiving blessings and gifts from God and the universe and men and people. She doesn't shy away or get uncomfortable. She knows that she can attract whatever it is she wants and that she's worthy of those things. She is able to give herself compliments and can receive them well from others. She is curious about everything. She loves to learn, go new places, experience other cultures, new things. She cultivates her knowledge with books and movies.
I'm going to Italy.
Italy? Why Italy?
What did you have for lunch today?
I don't know. Salad?
Exactly. I used to have this appetite for food, for my life, and it is just gone. I want to go someplace where I can marvel at something. Language, gelato, spaghetti, something.
In a relationship dynamic, the feminine in her feminine is very nurturing. She does not hold resentment towards men, expresses her displeasure and concerns in a way to melt a man's heart. She desires a man that wants to please her way more than she wants to please him. She is not afraid to ask for help, will allow men to do things for her like opening a door, carrying something heavy, paying for a meal, buying coffee, whatever. Feminine energy's primal instinct is to seek safety and security.
If you play dumb, play feminine. I can't do that. I don't know how to work this. They'll do everything for you. And they'll feel good about doing it because that makes them feel more masculine and intelligent. And they can impress you all at the same time. So don't be that independent. I don't need no man. I can do it myself. I know what I'm doing. You should do it this way instead. It's better type woman. Because you are not going to get anything out of that. But resentment
Now, I want to talk about 2 main things you can do to step into your feminine energy today. One is get out of your head and into your body. Stop the thinking, doing, and planning, because those are masculine traits. Instead, tap into your intuition, your heart, and what feels good. Listen to your body instead of being guided by your thoughts. The second thing you do is begin your inner work. Healing, growing, learning, sitting with your emotions and understanding your body and your needs. Working through your trauma, your wounds, your limiting belief systems, because these are all things that are blocking you from being in your feminine energy.
As far as personal success, it's about being happy. It's about being good and whole on your own first, a whole person on your own, so then you can share that happiness with other people in your life. And that takes work too. And when you put in that work on yourself by exercising, eating right, doing your affirmations, that's all loving yourself. Then you can be happy because you know that you're complete on your own.
And that's where I'm ending today's episode. Next week's episode is going to be a mini one where I talk about different hobbies, habits, and things you can do to remain in your feminine consciously, as well as how to date and remain in your feminine. And then I'll be working on the divine masculine, him in his feminine, wounded, and masculine energy. So stay tuned for those episodes. With that being said, I want to end off by saying some affirmations to open up our heart center. So feel free to repeat after me. I nurture my inner child. I love myself unconditionally. I forgive myself and others. I am loved, loving, and lovable. I honor and follow my heart's calling. I am worthy of giving and receiving love. I embrace my qualities and my imperfections with unconditional love. I release resentment, guilt, and fear. I am grateful for every blessing I receive. It is safe for me to love and be loved. I find courage in my vulnerability.